Alright, here is the video review for Ocular Max Perfection Series, all built in PS-25 and Navigant, aka Streetwise, their second robot in the Defensor Combiner. I'm trying to remember what the name of what they're calling him all together. I know Assaultus was Bruticus. But anyway, here he is in vehicle mode. He comes with a little baggie with his bio card and instruction sheet and tech spec decoder for the box. Inside of it, you also get two extra heads, one with kind of an angry grrr face and one with just not a super smile, not really a neutral smile either, but slightly smiling. And then the head that comes attached, which we'll show off when we get to it, which won't be too long once we get to the transformation stuff. Rolls really well, nice rubber tires, clean underside, got some exhaust pipes. I mean, definitely you can see some hinges and stuff, but it's not just look under there and see robot faces and bits. It's actually a pretty nicely detailed cop car. A little grayer than what I was expecting. Real quick, I'll bring out Ratchet. So you can see he's grayer than First Aid. And it's a slightly darker gray. It doesn't look bad. It looks good. It's just I was expecting a slightly more subtle grayish shade for Navigant. I think Medicus is his name. What is it? What are we looking at? Yeah, Medicus. Anyway. Rolls, fun, cool little cop car. May put an Autobot symbol on his thing. I haven't done that yet. I need to put one on First Aid as well, Medicus as well. But it's cool. What I like about him is, like, even though the windows don't come with, I like that the first step of transformation to unlock everything is to open the doors. I'm always happy. Like, again, there's not an actual functional door. You can't put little people inside of it or anything. But I like that the first step is open the doors. Also, he doesn't have... The instructions do not show anywhere to store his gun in the same way that most of the other ones do have some place in their vehicle mode to slot their gun. I don't see any easy slots for it up here. So what I've done is up in here, well, we can go ahead and open up his hood too. Come on, next step, open up. Yeah, well... It's going to rotate around anyway at some point. The windshield lifts up. Here we go. And there's empty space up in there, so I just kind of threw it in there. That seems like that's the only significant. This piece is going to flip out too. Gray piece. This seems like the only significant place to store that gun, because there's literally every other part of this you can see is just jam-packed with robot bits. Maybe that is the official storage, because there is just a big enough compartment with the gun folded up to throw it right in there and still have clearance to fold this in and transform it. So that's where I store his gun. Maybe they will come out later with an official place for it. Because there's also no, if you look at the gun, it's got, the fold-down handle, but there's no tab or slot. I guess maybe that could be a tab, but I don't see anywhere to tab it in. Even if you lift it up like this and open it up, unless it tabs in right there. Nope, that doesn't look like it's a big enough slot for it. So, yeah, I don't know. But anyway, that's where I store it. I just throw it in there in the cab. Or the cabin. So, yeah, we'll go to foot mode first, because from here it's not super difficult. You want to come up here. And this front end should come up. Come on, hood. There we go. So you pull up the whole front hood. And one of the things I like about this, I'm slow rolling this because this is one of my favorite bits of this guy. When he's in vehicle mode, if you lift up the front hood and the front bumper, his robot head, he can see the road. He's literally facing front as he drives. I think that they could have made this transform any different way. They could have made this transform so his head just faced down, although then it would be looking through this hole right here. And you'd see a robot face on the other side of the car. But I love that. I freaking love his little face. Just looking forward. He got his eyes on the road. Being smart. Not going to crash. Anyway. So these pieces right here, the arm, you just kind of rotate it at the hinge. And clip it up like that. This piece up. This whole assembly right here with the head comes down. Actually, got to open up the legs here. Again, these are They should just flip right out. You may need to use some sort of, I've got a small prying tool here just to get them to pop. Actually, can I just get it from here? Yeah, there we go. Never mind, you don't need prying. You can grab this flap. Just kind of open this up like that and fold them out to the side like this. And this whole assembly kind of folds down behind the car like this. Oh, you gotta, these bumper pieces fold up like this. And then this comes down like this. This folds around it like that. These pieces, these little tabs to kind of tab in here under the wheel. Or just kind of, I don't know, tab in, but they kind of slot in under the wheel here. This piece comes out, and then you got to lock these into place along the core frame there. Well, one side did it. Come on, you can both do it. Oh no. Oh well, that tab is damaged. We can fix that. Well, for that, and then this piece, you do actually need a prying tool for. This little tab right here needs to flip up. And once you got this flipped up, this piece plugs into it like that, and then you close the doors back up. And that's essentially his chunk of leg. He doesn't have, plug that back in. He doesn't have a foot built in because he will be attaching to the core. The foot's going to come down off of Defensor, off of Hotspot, whatever they end up calling him. So yeah, he's just kind of a chunk of a foot. Yeah, that's about it. And then from there you can continue on to robot mode. You do want to rotate this around. Well, maybe we want to do that later to get some clearance down here, but that will rotate around at some point. Just FYI. Anyway, open these back up. Bring the arms out. Open the doors back up. So you can kind of see the bulk of how this is going to work. His arms are up here, his legs are down here, and once we have these open, these whole panels, the whole legs just kind of rotate around like this, in a way you would expect the lower half to go. You can kind of angle these kneecaps out a little bit here. You have to angle them out a lot. Open them up like that. The feet are up in here. There we go. Lift out the foot like that. Does that fold in? No. And then bring that in, plug this into, oh wait, the door's got to go inside. Flip the, come on. Wow. There we go. Door kind of continues to open. You want to fold this up, and then you fold the rear view mirror inside the door. Should fold inside the door properly. Maybe we do that first. And then close that around there. All right, got to get the foot out first. Oh, there we go. Fold it up like that, then fold the rearview mirror in, then fold the foot back down, and then tab it together down here. We can fix that. Order of operations is how you do this. So bring the foot down, fold this all the way up, open this up, fold that all the way in, then fold the rearview mirror in. There we go. And then you won't have clearance issues. I mean, it all ends up in the same place, but then you don't have clearance issues. Well, now we are having clearance issues, so I don't know what the deal is here. There we go. Legs are done. Come up here, bring the arms out, and up like that. Head goes up. This piece folds up like this. Rotate the head around. This piece right here, I'll fold this tab down. Assembly rotates. Fold this. Oh, this is where you rotate the light bar, because this whole assembly folds into the chest like that. Should fold all the way in here. There we go, like that. Bring this up. This is going to tab in here and down here to lock the upper arms in place. I'm going to go ahead and bring shoulders down right here. So all of this tabs together. There we go. Tab that together. Tab this in down here, and that will lock a lot of the upper body here in place. Bring the arm down. This should be a little, oh, there we go. Nope. I'm missing something on this. Oh, this flips up like that. This continues to flip around. There we go. Flip this around. Nope, head up. This around like this. Into the body. Rotate his waist around. Come on. Stay tabbed in. There we go. And then the fists, they actually have a cover here. Open this up. Ah, well, pop this thumb off, so be careful with that. Rotate his fist. Oh, this panel rotates, slides back, so it fills in his forearm. Pop the thumb back on. Like that. There we go. And then you can hold his pistol. Putting in the tab and into his hand. And then back here, open this up. Rotate, I guess push here easier so you don't pop the thumb off. Fold that back up, slide that little cuff up, rotate his hand around. Fingers are all individually articulated, at least here. And then they're solid pieces aside from that one hinge. Get him to stand up. I'm going to double check this. I feel like I'm missing something here on this backpack. So let me check that real quick. Oh, look, and he's been off up here for who knows how long. All right, figured it out. It's hard to, you got to get this folded up, and then there's an extra second hidden hinge in here that allows these to fold up like this into the back, which compacts that backpack and then does allow it to come all the way in and fill in that back solidly. So it didn't come transformed that way, I don't recall. It was just kind of in the box with it loose the way I had it before. That's the first time I've actually gotten to fold up properly, because I found that second little hinge to allow the bumper to fold. Because originally the bumper was folded down where it was angling down like this, and there's an extra hinge right up in there to allow that assembly to fold up into the body. So he actually is fairly solid and compact when looked at from the side as well. He's got a ball joint head. He can look up and down, partly for transformation, but that's where his head ends up looking forward in car mode. But he can look all around. Dual hinge shoulders, bicep swivel, dual hinge elbows. Gets a little bit in the way. Also, these should rotate around like this. And there we go. Make his arms a little bit more natural. Okay, it looks like he's got an ab hinge, but it doesn't want to move. Oh, there it is. Just was super tight. So he's got an ab crunch, waist swivel, dual hinge. Like all of these panels can flip out of the way to give his legs a full range of movement. But he's got the dual hinge hip, thigh swivel. You can get a little bit extra movement out of here, although this you have to open this panel up a little bit. He's got knees, and his feet rotate. I got some ankle tilt. He's got a little bit of a toe tilt there as well. Here he is with Medicus. So there's two members of the team together. And just because I have him here in his separate form, here they are with Impetus. Not Incursus? No. Impetus. Whatever. G2 Brawl. And you can see they are significantly smaller Granted, Brawl is one of the larger robots that condenses down to the same size leg as Swindle. There's a few tricks involved in that. But I don't know if Defensor is going to have all of their... is going to add some height from the... just the core body forming more of it, or if it will just be a little smaller than Assaultus. Either way is fine, as long as it looks good all together, and so far it has been. But yeah, we'll see how that all ends up. But there is Navigant, the new version of Streetwise, the second in their next combiner from Ocular Max, and they're all built in. He's pretty cool. Like I said, decent car mode. It's like the robot modes on this set versus Assaultus seem a little plain. And some of that may just be the lack of faction logos, which we can fix with some repro labels or some Toy Hacks labels. I may put one right here for this because in any other mold, I guess in leg mode, you might see it upside down. But just because it gets hidden away in car mode and then maybe another one on the hood. I don't know. I'm playing with that idea still because I'd like to get some faction logos on them, but we'll see what the combined mode looks like when they're all here. Anyway, there is Navigant. He is a fun addition. He's got some neat stuff. Very fun car mode, and I love that like I said, I love that his little head looks forward. Also, head swaps because we said he's got a neutral kind of slightly scally face, a smiley face, and then kind of an angry yelly face. He also would like a shrubbery. If you've got one. But anyway, you just pop it the way it's designed. This one's nice. You don't have to unscrew anything or pop anything off. It just pops right off. Pop a replacement head back on, and now he's angry about something. Pop that one off, and I don't know, maybe someone calmed him down, and now he's happy. So, very easy to swap the heads. Personally, I think the head that came attached to him is probably the best for him, but I like that we can give him some emotion. But yeah, super simple process, no screwdriver required. PS-25 Navigant.